Thank you for coming tonight to see the Comedy of Errors, a great show done by the cast in Ad Fonte School. We'd like you to enjoy this show, so please, if you have your cell phones, please turn them off so everyone can enjoy the show. And kids, please keep all exciting gasps of loud noises to a minimum. We also, the cast of the show, The Comedy of Errors, would like to thank Vicar Studios for recording this evening. Now, without further ado, let's start the show.
Proceed, Salonius, to procure my fall, and by the doom of death end woes and all.
Merchants of Syracuse, plead no more. I am not partial to infringe our laws. The enmity and discord which of late sprung from the rancorous outrage of your duke to merchants, our well-dealing countrymen who, wanting guilders to redeem their lives, have sealed his rigorous statutes with their bloods, excludes all pity from our threatening looks. For since the mortal and intestine jars twixt thy seditious countrymen and us, it hath in solemn synods been decreed, both by the Syracusans and ourselves, to admit no traffic to our adverse towns. Nay, more, if any born at Ephesus be seen at Syracusian marts and fairs, again, if any born at Syracuse come to the Bay of Ephesus, he dies, his goods confiscate to the dukes dispose, unless 1,000 marks be levied to quit the penalty and to ransom him. Thy substance, valued at the highest rate, cannot amount unto 100 marks. Therefore, by law, thou art condemned to die.
Yet this my comfort, when your words are done, my woes end likewise with the evening sun.
Well, Syracusian, say in brief the cause, why thou departedst from thy native home, and for what cause thou camest to Ephesus.
A heavier task could not have been imposed than to speak my griefs unspeakable. Yet that the world may witness that my end was wrought by nature, not by vile offense, I'll utter what my sorrows give me leave. In Syracuse was I born and wed unto a woman happy but for me. And by me, and not our hap been bad, with her I lived in joy. Our wealth increased by prosperous voyages I often made to Epidamium till my factor's death. And the great care of goods at random left drew me from kind embracements of my spouse, from whom my absence was not 6 months old, before herself, almost fainting under the pleasing punishment that women bear, had made provisions for her following me, and soon and safe arrived where I was. There had she not been long, but she became a joyful mother of 2 goodly sons, and which was strange, the one so like the other, as could not be distinguished but by name. That very hour, and in the self-same inn, a mean woman was delivered, of such a burden males, twins both alike, those for their parents were exceeding poor, I bought and brought up to attend my sons. My wife, not meanly proud of 2 such boys, made daily motions for our home return. Unwilling, I agreed. Alas, too soon we came aboard. A league from Epidamium had we sailed before the always wind-obeying deep gave any tragic instance of our harm. But longer did we retain much hope, for what obscured light the heavens did grant, did but convey unto our fearful minds a doubtful warrant of imminent death, which though myself would gladly have embraced. Yet the incessant weepings of my wife, weeping before for what she saw must come, and piteous plannings of the pretty babes, that mourn for fashion, ignorant what to fear, forced me to seek delays for them and me. And this it was, for other means was none. The sailors sought for safety by our boat, and left the ship, then sinking right, to us. My wife, more careful than the latter born, had fastened him unto a small spare mast, such as seafaring men provide for storms. To him, one of the twins was bound, whilst I had been heedful of the other. The children thus exposed, my wife and I, fixing our eyes on whom our care was fixed, fastened ourselves at either end of the mast, and floating straight, obedient to the stream, was carried to a current, as we thought. At length, the sun, gazing upon the earth, dispersed those vapors that offended us. And by the benefit of his rich light, the seas waxed calm, and we discovered 2 ships from far, making amain to us. Of Corinth, that of Epidarius, this, but ere they came, oh, let me say no more! Gather the sequel, by that went before.
Nay, nay, forward, old man. Do not break also, for we may pity, though not pardon thee.
Oh, had these gods done so, I had not now worthily termed them merciless to us. For ere the ships could meet by twice 5 leagues, we were encountered red by a mighty rock, which being violently borne upon us, our local ship was splintered in the midst, so that, in this unjust divorce of us, fortune had left to both of us alike what to delight in, what sorrows for. Her part, poor soul, seeming as burdened with lesser weight, but not with lesser woe, was carried with speed before the wind, and in our sight they 3 were taken up, by fishermen of Corinth, as we thought. At length, another ship had seized on us, and, knowing whom it was their hap to save, gave heathful welcome to their shipwrecked guests, and would have reft the fishers of their prey, had not their bark been very slow of sail, and therefore homeward did they bend their course. Thus have you heard me served from my bliss, that by misfortunes was my life prolonged, to tell sad stories of my own mishaps.
And, for the sake of them thou sorrowest for, do me the favor to dilate at full what have befallen of them and thee till now.
My youngest boy in my eldest care, at 18 years became inquisitive after his brother, and importuned me that his attendant, so his case was like, reft of his brother, but retained his name, might bear him company in the quest of him, whom whilst I labored of a love to see, I hazarded the loss of whom I loved. 5 summers have I spent in farthest Greece, roaming clean through the bounds of Asia, and coasting homeward, came to Ephesus, hopeless to find, yet loath to leave unsought, or that, or any place that harbors men. But here must end the story of my life, and happy were I in my timely death, could all my travels warrant me they live.
Hapless Aegean, whom the fates have marked to bear the extremity of dire mishap, were it not against our laws, against my crown, my oath, my dignity, which princes, would they, may not disannul, my soul should sue as advocate for thee. But though thou art adjudged to the death, and passed sentence may not be recalled, but to our honor's great disparagement, yet will I favor thee in what I can. Therefore, merchant, I limit thee this day to seek thy life by beneficial help. Try all the friends thou hast in Ephesus, beg thou or borrow to make up the sum and live. If not, then thou art doomed to die. Jailer, take him to thy custody.
I will, my lord.
Hopeless and helpless doth Aegean wend, but to procrastinate his lifeless end.
Jailer, take him to thy custody. Like,
Therefore, give up at your epidemium, unless your goods too soon be confiscated. This very day, a Syracusian merchant was apprehended upon arrival here, and not being able to buy out his life, according to the statute of the town, dies where the sun sets in the west. Here's your money that I had to keep.
Go bear to the Centaur, where we host, and stay there, Dromio, till I come to thee. Within this hour, it will be dinner time. Till that, I'll view the manners of this town, peruse the traders, gaze upon the buildings, and then return to sleep within mine inn, for with long travel I am stiff and weary. Get thee away.
Many a man would take you at your word and go indeed having so good a mean.
A trusty villain, sir, who very often I am dull with care and melancholy hath lightened my humor with his merry jests. What? Will you walk with me about the town, and then go to my inn and dine with me?
I am invited, sir, to certain merchants, of whom I hope to make much benefit. I crave your pardon soon at 5 o'clock. Please you, I'll meet with you upon the mart and consort you till bedtime, but my present business calls me from you now.
Farewell till then. I will go lose myself and wander up and down to view the city.
I commend you to your own content.
He that commends me to mine own content commends me to the thing that I cannot get. I to the world am like a drop of water that in the ocean seeks another drop, who, falling there to find his fellow forth, inquisitive, unseen, confounds himself. So I, to find a mother and a brother, in quest of them, unhappy, lose myself. Here comes the almanac of my true date. What now? How chance thou art returned so soon?
Return so soon, rather approach too late. The capon burns, the pig falls out the spit. The clock hath strucken 12 upon the bell. My mistress has made it one upon my cheek. She is so hot because the meat was cold. The meat is cold because you come not home. You come not home, having broke your fast. But we that know what 'tis to fast and pray are penitent for your default today.
Stop in your wind. Sir, tell me this, I pray. Where have you left the money that I gave you?
The 6pence that I had a Wednesday last, that I gave to Sadler for my mistress's crupper? Why, sir, the Sadler had it, I kept it not.
I am not in a sportive humor now. Tell me, and dally not, where is the money? We being strangers here, how darest thou trust so great a charge from thine own custody?
I pray you jest, sir, as you sit at dinner. I from my mistress come to you in post. If I return, I shall be post indeed, for she will scour your fault upon my pate. Methinks your maw, like mine, should be your clock, and strike you home without a messenger.
Come, Dromio, come. These jests are out of season. Reserve them till a merrier hour than this. Where is the gold I gave in charge to thee?
Why, sir, you gave no gold to me.
Come on, sir knave, have done your foolishness, and tell me how thou hast disposed thy charge! as I am a Christian, answer me in what safe place you have bestowed my money, or I will break that merry sconce of yours, which stands on tricks when I am undisposed. Where is the 1,000 marks thou hast of me?
I have some marks of yours upon my pate, some of my mistress's marks upon my shoulders, but not 1,000 marks between you both.
Thy mistress's marks? What mistress, maid, hast thou?
Your worship's wife? My mistress at the Phoenix? She that doth fast till you come home to dinner. She that prays you hie you home to dinner.
What? Wilt thou flout me thus unto my face, being forbid? There, take you that, Sir Knave!
Pray you, close your hands! Nay, and you will not! So will take my heels!
On my life! By some device or other, the villain is overwrought of all my money. They say this town is full of cozenage, as nimble jugglers that deceive the eye, dark-working sorcerers that bend the mind, soul-killing witches that deform the body, disguised cheaters, braiding mountebanks, and many such like liberties of sin. If it prove so, I will be gone the sooner. Also the centaur to seek out this slave. I greatly fear my money is not safe.
Neither my husband nor the maid returned in that such haste in which I sent her to seek her master. Sure, Luciana, it is 2 o'clock.
Perhaps some merchant hath invited him, and from the mark he is somewhere gone to dinner. Good sister, let us dine and never fret. A man is master of his liberty. Time is their master, and when they see time, they'll go or come. If so, be patient.
Why should their liberty than ours be more?
Because their business still lies out a door.
Look, when I serve him so, he takes it ill.
Oh, no, he is the bridle of your will.
There's none but asses that we bridled so.
Why, headstrong liberty is lashed with woe. There's nothing situate under heaven's eye, but hath is found in earth, in sea, or sky. The beasts, the fishes, the winged fowls, are masters' controls, and at their females' controls. Then, gentle sister, let your will attend to their accords.
This servitude makes you to keep unwed.
Not this, but the troubles of the marriage bed.
But were you wedded, you would bear some sway.
Ere I learn love, I'll practice to obey.
How if your husband starts some otherwhere?
Till he come home again, I would forbear.
Patience unmoved. No marvel, though she pause, they can be meek that have no other cause. A wretched soul bruised with adversity, we bid be quiet when we hear it cry. But were we burdened with a like weight of pain, as much or more should we ourselves complain. But since thou hast no unkind mate to grieve thee, with urging, helpless, patience would relieve me. But until thou live to see like right bereft, this fool-begged patience in thee will be left.
Well, I will marry one day, but try. Look, here comes your maid. Now is your husband not.
Say, is thou tardy master now at hand?
Nay, he's had 2 hands with me, and that my 2 ears could witness.
But say, didst thou speak with him? Knowest thou his mind?
Nay, he struck his mind upon my ear. He threw his hand, I scarce could understand it.
Spake he so doubtfully thou couldst not feel his meaning?
Nay, he struck so plainly that I could too well feel his blows, but withal so doubtfully that I could scarce understand it.
But say, is he coming home? It seems he hath great care to please his wife.
Why, sure, my master is horn mad.
Torn mad, thou villain!
Well, not purple mad, but sure he is stark mad. when I desired him home to dinner, he asked me for 1,000 marks in gold. "'Tis dinner time," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Your meat doth burn," quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Will you come?" quoth I. "My gold," quoth he. "Where is the 1,000 marks of gold I gave thee, villain?" "The pig," quoth I, "is burnt." "My gold," quoth he. "My mistress," quoth I. "Out on thy mistress, I know not thy mistress. Ay, of thy mistress." "Quoth who?" "Quoth my master. I know no house, no wife, no mistress." So that my errand due unto my tongue, I thank him. I bear one upon my shoulders, for in conclusion, he did beat me there.
Back again and fetch him home.
Go back again! And be you beaten home?
Back, or I will break thy paper cross.
And he will bless that cross with another beating. For God's sake, send some other messenger.
Hence, pretty peasant, fetch thy master home.
Am I so round with you, as you with me, that like a football you do spurn me thus? He will spurn me hence, and you will spurn me hither. If I last in this service, you must case me in leather.
Why, how impatience loureth in your face.
His company must do his minions grace. Was I at home starved for a merry look? Are my discourses dull? Barren my wit? If loyal and sharp discourses be marred, unkind is blunt more than marble hard. Do their gay vestments his affections bait? That's not my fault. He's the master of my state. What ruins are in me that can be found by him not ruined? That he is degrounded by the features. My decayed fair sunny look of his would soon repair, but to unruly deer he breaks the pail and feeds it from home. Poor I am but his stale.
Self-harming jealousy. Fie, beat it hence.
Unfeeling fools can't with such wrongs dispense. I know his eye doth on the otherwhere, or else what lets it that he would be here? Sister, you know he hath promised me a chain. That alone a love he would detain. So, that he may keep fair quarter in his bed, I see the jewel best enameled will lose his beauty. But others will touch, and often touching will wear gold. Yet no man that hath the name by falsehood and corruption doth it shame. Since that my beauty cannot please his eye, I'll weep what's left to wait and weeping die.
How many fond fools serve mad jealousy?
The gold I gave to Dromio is laid up safe at the Centaur. And now the heedful maid has wandered forth in care to seek me out. By computation in mine host report, I could not speak with Dromio since at first I sent her from the mart. See, here she comes. How now, sir? Is your merry humor altered? As you love strokes, so jest with me again. You know no centaur? You receive no gold? Your mistress sent to have me home to dinner? My house was at the Phoenix? Wast thou mad, that thus, so madly, thou didst answer me?
Oh, what answer, sir, when spake I such a word?
Even now, even here, not half an hour since.
I have not
thou didst deny the receipt of the gold, and told me of a mistress and a dinner, for which I hope thou felt I was displeased.
I'm glad to see you in this merry vein. What means this jest? I pray you, master, tell me.
Yeah. Dost thou jeer and flout me in the teeth? Thinkest thou I jest? Hold, take thou that and that!
Oh, sir, for God's sake, now you're just as earnest. Upon what bargain do you give it me?
Because that I do sometimes familiarly use you for my fool and chat with you, your sauciness will jest upon my love, and make a common of my serious hours. When the sun shines, let foolish gnats make sport, but creeping crannies when he hides his beams. If you will jest with me, know my aspect, and fashion your demeanor to my looks, or I will beat this method in your sconce.
Sconce, call it you? So you would leave battering, I'd rather have it in the head. And you use these blows long? I shall seek my wit in my shoulders. But tell me, sir, why am I beaten?
Dost thou not know?
Nothing, sir, but that I am beaten.
Shall I tell you why?
Why, sir, and wherefore? For they say every why hath a wherefore.
Why, first for flouting at me, and wherefore for urging it the second time to me.
Was there ever any man thus beaten out of season when the why and the wherefore had neither rhyme nor reason? Well, sir, I thank you.
Thank me, sir. For what?
Marry, for the something you gave me for nothing.
I'll make you amends next to give you nothing for something. But say, sir, is it dinner time?
No, I think the meat's what's that I have.
Good time, sir. What's that?
Ooh, basting.
Well, sir, 'twill be dry.
If it be, sir, I pray you eat none of it.
Your reason?
Lest it be dry and you purchase me another dry basting.
Well, sir, learn to jest in good time. There's a time for all things.
I just have denied that before you were so choleric.
By what rule, sir?
By a rule as plain as the plain bald pate of Father Time himself.
Let's hear it.
There is no time for a man to recover hair that grows bald by nature.
May he not do it by fine and recovery?
Yeah, to pay a fine for a periwig and recover the lost hair of another man.
Why is time so selfish with hair, being as it is so plentiful in excrement?
Well, it's a gift he bestows upon beasts, and what he has scanted men in hair, he has given them in wit.
Why, but there's many a man hath more hair than wit.
Not a man of those who hath the wit to lose his hair.
Why, thou dost conclude all hair men plain dealers without wit.
The plainer dealer, the sooner lost. He loseth it in a type of jollity.
For what reason?
For two and sound ones.
Nay, not sound, I pray you.
Sure ones then?
Nay, not sure, and I think falsing.
Certain ones then.
Name them.
The one, to save his money that he spends in tiring. The other, that should, at a dinner time, they should not drop in his porridge.
You would have all this time prove there is no time for all things.
Namely and did, sir. Even no time to recover hair lost by nature.
But your reason was not substantial to why there is no time to recover.
Thus I mend it. Time himself is bald, and therefore, to the world's end, will have bald followers.
I knew 'twould be a bald conclusion. But soft, who wafts us yonder?
I, Antipholus, look strange and frown. Some other mistress hath thy sweet aspects. I am not Adriana nor thy wife. The time was once when thou unurged wast thou, that never words were music in thine ear, that never object pleasing in thine eye, that never touch well welcome in thy hand, that never meat sweet savored in thy taste, unless I spake, or looked, or touched, or carved to thee. Oh, how comes it now, my husband? Oh, how comes it that thou art then estranged from thyself? Thy being strange to me, that undividable, incorporate, are better than thyself's better part. Do not turn thyself away from me. For know, my love, as easy makes some pull a drop of water in the breaking gulf, and take unmingled thence that drop again, without addition or diminishing. Take from me myself, and not me too. How dearly would a touch thee to the quick, shouldst thou but here I were licentious, and that this body, consecrated to thee by ruffian lust, should be contaminate. Wouldst thou not spit at me, and spurn at me, and hurl the name of husband in my face, and tear the stained skin off my harlot brow, and from this false hand cut the wedding ring, and break it with a deep divorcing vow? I know thou canst, and therefore see thou do it. I am possessed with an adulterate plot. My blood is mingled with the crime of lust, for if we two play one, and thou play false, I do digest the poison of thy flesh, being strumpeted by thy contagion. Then keep fair league and truce in thy true bed. I live unstained, and thou undishonored.
Plead you to me, fair dame? I know you not. In Ephesus I am but 2 hours old, as strange unto your town as to your talk. Who, every word by all my wit being scanned, wants wit and all one word to understand.
Fie, how the world has changed with you. How can you spurn her thus? You know she sent for you by Dromio home to dinner.
By Dromio?
By me?
By thee! And this she did come to me, and say you did buffet her, and in her blows denied my house for yours, and me for your wife.
Did you converse, sir, with this gentlewoman? What is the course and drift of your compact?
I, sir? I've never seen her in all my life.
Villain, thou liest, for even her very words thou didst deliver to me unmarked.
I have not spake with her, ever!
How can she thus call us by our names, unless it be by inspiration?
How ill agrees it with your gravity to counterfeit me thus grossly, abetting your maid to thwart me in my mood. Be it my wrong that you are from exempt, but wrong that not wrong from more contempt. Come, I will fasten on this sleeve of mine. Thou art an elm, my husband, I a vine, whose weakness married to thy stronger state gives me with thy strength to communicate. But if thee possess thee from me, it is dross, your stooping ivory, briar, or idle moss. Come, bear you with me to dinner.
Dromio, go bid the servants spread for dinner.
Oh. I am a sinner. This is the fairyland, oh spite of spites. We talk with goblins, owls, and mice.
Dromio, why pratest thou, Stife, and answerest not? Dromio, thou snail, thou slug, thou salt!
I am transformed, master, am I not?
I think thou art in mind, and oh my.
No, I am in my mind and in my shape.
Thou hast thine own form.
No, I am an ape.
If thou art changed to aught, 'tis to an ass!
Oh, 'tis true. She rides me and I long for grass, 'tis so, else it could never be. But I should know her as well as she knows me.
Come, come, no longer will I be the fool to put the finger in the eye and weep, whilst man and master laugh at my woes and scorn. Dromio, keep the gate. Come, sir, to dinner. Sirrah, if any man come forth, let no creature enter. Sister, come. Dromio, play the porter well.
Am I in earth? In heaven? Or in hell? Sleeping or waking? Mad or well advised? Known unto these, and to myself disguised. I'll say as they say, and persevere so, and in this midst that all adventures go.
Master, shall I be a porter at the gate?
Aye, lest I break your pate.
Come, Antipholus, we've dined too late.
Angelo, you must excuse us all. My wife is shrewish when I keep not hours. Say that I lingered with you at your shop to see the making of her carcanet, and that tomorrow you will bring it home. But here's a villain that would face me down. She met me on the mart, and then I beat her, and charged her 1,000 marks in gold. And then I did deny my wife and house. Thou drunkard thou, what didst thou mean by this?
Say what you will, sir, but I know what I know, that you beat me on the mark. I have your hand to show. If the skin were parchment and the blows you gave me were ink, your own handwriting would tell you what I think.
I think thou art an ass.
Marry, so it doth appear, by the wrongs I suffer and the blows I bear, I should keep being kicked. And, being at a pass, you should beware my heels and beware an ass.
You're sad, Signor Balthazar. Pray God our cheer may answer my good will and your good welcome here.
I hold your dainties cheap, sir, and your welcome dear.
Oh, Signor Balthazar, either at flesh or fish, a table full of welcome makes scarce one dainty dish.
Good meat, sir, is common, that every churl can afford.
And welcome more common, for that's nothing but words.
Small cheer and great welcome makes a merry feast.
I to a niggardly host and a more sparing guest, but though my case be mean, take them in good part. Better cheer may you have, but not a better heart. But soft, my door's locked. Go bid them let us in.
Maud! Mary! Bridget! Julian King!
Mome! Malthorse! Capet! Coxcomb! Idiot! Patch! Either get thee from the door or sit thee down at the hatch. Dost thou conjure from witches when thou hast such store? When what is one too many? Go! Get thee from the door.
What patch is made our porter? My master stays in the street.
Let he come from whence he came, lest he catch cold on's feet.
He talks within there. I'll open the door.
Ah, I'll tell you when, and you tell me wherefore.
Wherefore? For my dinner, for I have not dined today.
Nor today here you must not. Come again when you may.
What art thou that keepest me from the house I owe?
The porter for this time, sir, and my name is Dromio.
Villain! Thou hast stolen both mine office and my name. The one there got me credit, and the other nickel blame. If thou hast been Romeo in my place, thou hast stolen and changed thy name for a face, or thy face for an ass!
What coil is there, Dromio? Who are those at the gate?
Let my master in, Luce.
Faith, no, he comes too late, and so tell your master.
Oh Lord, I must laugh. How about you with the proverb? Shall I set in my staff?
How about with you another? That's, when can you tell?
If thy name be called Luce, Luce, you have answered them well.
You minion you let us in, I hope.
I thought you asked you.
And you said no.
So come hell, well struck, there was blow for blow.
Thou baggage, let me in.
Can you tell for whose sake?
Master, knock the door hard.
Let him knock till it ache.
You'll cry for this, minion, if I beat the door down.
What needs all that in a pair of stocks in the town? Who is at the door that keeps all this noise?
By my troth, your town is troubled with unruly boys.
Are you there, wife? You might have come before.
Your wife? Sir knave? Go! Get you from the door!
If you went in pain, master, this knave would go sore.
Here is neither cheer, sir, nor welcome. We would fain have either.
In debating which was best, we shall part with neither.
How they stand here in the street, master, bid them come hither.
There's something in the wind that we cannot get in.
Oh, you stand here in the cold, and you would say so if your garments were thin, but your cake is warm within. It would make
Go fetch me something. I'll break up the gate.
Break any breaking here and I'll break your name's pate. My, the break it in your face. So he breaking us behind. It seems thou once breaking out upon thee hind.
Oh, there's too much out upon me. I pray, let me in.
Aye, when fowls have no feathers and fish have no fin.
Well, I'll break in. Go borrow me a crow.
A crow? Without a feather? Master, mean you so? For a fish without a fin and a fowl without a feather, if a crow help us in, sirrah, we'll plug it together.
Go, get thee gone. Fetch me an iron crow.
Have patience, sir, or let it not be so. Herein you war against your reputation and draw within the compass of suspect. The unviolated honor of your wife, once this, your long experience of her wisdom, her sober virtue, years, and modesty. Plead on her part some cause to you unknown, and doubt it not, sir, that she will well excuse why, at this time, the doors are made against you. Be ruled by me, depart in patience, and let us to the Tiger, all to dinner, and about evening come yourself to know the reason of this strange restraint. And if by strong hand you offer to break in, now in the stirring passage of the day, a vulgar comment will be made of it, and that supposed by the common root against your yet unveiled estimation, that with foul intrusion you enter in and dwell upon your grave when you are dead. For slander lives upon succession, forever housed it when it gets possession.
You have prevailed. I will depart in quiet, and in spite of mirth, mean to be merry. I know a wench of excellent discourse, pretty and witty, wild, and yet too gentle. There will we dine. This woman that I meet, my wife, but I protest, without desert, hath oftentimes upbraided me withal. To where will we to dinner? Get you home and fetch the chain. By this I know 'tis made. Bring it to the porpentine, for there's the house. There will I bestow it, be it for nothing but to spite my wife upon mine hostess there. Good sir, make haste. Since my own doors refuse to entertain me, I'll knock elsewhere to see if they'll disdain me.
I will meet you at that place some hour hence.
Do so. This jest shall cost me some expense.
And may it be that you have quite forgot a husband's office. Shall Antipholus, even in the spring of love, thy love springs wrought? Shall love in building grow so ruinous? If you did wed my sister for her wealth, then for her wealth's sake, use her with more kindness. Or if you like elsewhere, do it by stealth. Muffle your false love with some show of blindness. Let her not read it in your eye. Be not thy tongue thy own shame's orator. Look sweet, speak fair, become disloyalty. Apparel vice, like virtue's harbinger. Bear fair presence, though your heart be tainted. Teach sin the carriage of a holy saint. Be secret false. What need she be acquainted? 'Tis double wrong to truant with your bed, and let her read it in thy looks at board. Shame hath a bastard fame well managed. Ill deeds are doubled with an evil word. Alas, poor women, make us but believe, being compact of credit that you love us. Though some have the arm, show us the sleeve. Then, gentle brother, get you in again. Comfort my sister, cheer her, call her wife. 'Tis holy sport to be a little vain, when sweet breath of flattery conquers strife.
Sweet mistress, which your name is else I know not, nor by what wonder you could have mine. Less in your knowledge and your grace you show not than our earth's wonder, more than earth divine. Teach me, dear creature, how to think and speak. Lay open to my earthly gross conceit, smothered in errors, feeble, shallow, weak, the folded meaning of your words to see. Against my soul's pure truth, why labor you, to make it wander in an unknown field? Are you a god? Would you create me new? Transform me then, into your power I'll yield. But if that I am I, then well I know, your weakened sister is no wife of mine, nor to her no homage do I owe. Far more to you do I decline. Oh, train me not, mermaid, with thy note, to drown me in thy sister's flood of tears. Sing, siren, for thyself, and I will dote. Spread o'er the silver waves thy golden hairs, and his bed I'll take them in their lie. And in that glorious supposition think, he gains by death that has such means to die. Let love, being light, be drowned in sheets.
What? Are you mad that you do reason so?
Not mad, but mated, how I do not know.
It is a fault that springeth from your eye.
For gazing on your beams, fair sunbeams I.
Gaze when you should, and that will clear your sight.
As good to wink sweet love as to look on night.
Why call you me love? Call my sister so.
Thy sister, sister.
That's my sister.
No, it is thyself. Mine own self's better part. My eyes clear eye, my dear heart's dearer heart. My food, my fortune, my sweet hopes aim. My soul earth's heaven, my heaven's claim.
All this my sister is, or else should be.
Call thyself sister, sweet, for I am thee. Thee I will love, and with thee lead my life. Thou hast no husband yet, nor I no wife. Give me thy hand.
Oh, soft you, sir. Hold you still. I'll fetch my sister and get her goodwill.
Why, how now, Romeo? Where runnest thou so fast?
Am I Dromio? Am I your man? Am I myself?
Thou art Romeo, thou art my maid, thou art thyself.
No! I am an ass. I'm a fellow's mate, and I'm besides myself.
What fellow's mate? And how besides thyself?
Besides myself, I am due to a man, one that haunts me, one that claims me, one that will have me.
What claim lays he to thee?
I, such a one as you would lay on your horse. And I, being a beast he would have. Not that I being a beast he would have, but that he being a very beastly creature lays claim to me.
What is he?
A very reverend body, I such a one as a man may not think of without he say sir reverence. I have but lean luck in the match, and he is a wondrous fat marriage.
How dost thou mean a fat marriage?
He's the kitchen's cook in all grease, and I know not what use to put him to, but to make a lamp of him, and to run from him by his own light. I warrant his rags and the tallow in them will burn a pull in winter. If he lives till doomsday, he'll burn a week longer than the whole world.
What complexion is he of?
Swart, like my shoe, but not so clean kept. For why he sweats, a man may go over shoes in the grime of it.
That's the fault water will mend.
No, 'tis ingrained. Noah's flood could not do it.
What's his name?
Now, sir, but his name in 3/4, that's an L in 3/4, will not measure him from hip to hip.
Then he bears some breadth.
Aye, no longer head to foot than hip to hip. He is spherical, like a globe. I can point out countries in him.
In what part of his body stands Scotland?
I found it by the bareness hard in the palm of the hand.
Where France?
In his forehead, armed and reverted, making war against his hairs.
Where England?
I looked for the chalky cliffs, but I could find no whiteness in them. But I guess it stood in his chin, by the salt ream that ran between France and it.
Where Spain?
Faith, I saw it not, but I felt it. On his breath.
Where stood America, the Indies?
In his nose, all over embellished with rubies, carbuncles, sapphires, declining their rich aspect to the hot breath of Spain, who set whole armadas of carracks to be bullets at his nose.
Where stood Belgium, the Netherlands?
Oh, sir, I cannot look so low. To conclude, this drudge or definer laid claim to me, called me Dromio, swore I was assured to him, told me about the mark on my shoulder, the wart on my left arm, that I
Hide thee presently, close to the road, and if the wind blow any way from shore, I will not harbor in this town tonight. If any bark put forth, come to the march, where I will walk till thou returns to me. If everyone knows us and we know none, 'tis time, I think, to trudge, pack, and be gone.
As a bear would fly from... As a bear, a man would fly for life. I flee from him that would make me a wife.
None but witches do inhabit here. Therefore, 'tis high time that I were hence. She that doth call me husband, even my soul for a wife doth abhor. But, her fair sister, possessed with such a gentle sovereign grace of such enchanting presence and discourse, hath almost made me traitor to myself. But, lest myself be guilty to self-wrong, I'll stop mine ears against the mermaid's song.
Master Antipholus!
Aye, that's my name.
I know it well, sir. Lo, here's the chain. I thought to obtain you at the Porpentine. The chain unfinished made me stay thus long.
What is your will that I would do with this?
What please yourself, sir. I have made it for you.
Made it for me, sir. I bespoke it not.
Not once nor twice, but 20 times you have. Go home with it, and please your wife withal. And soon at supper, I'll visit you, and then receive my money for the chain.
I pray you receive the money now, for fear you ne'er see the chain nor money more.
You are a merry man, sir. Very well.
What I should think of this I cannot tell. But this I think. There's not a man is so vain as to refuse so fair an offered chain. I see a man here need not live by shifts, when in the streets he meets such golden gifts. All to the mart, and there for Dromio stay, and if any ship put out, and straight away.
You know, since Pentecost the sum is due, and since I have not much importuned you, nor now had I not that I have bound to Persia and want guilders for my voyage. Therefore, make present satisfaction, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Even just the sum that I do owe to you is scoring to me by Antipholus, and in the instant that I met with you, he handed me a chain. At 5 o'clock I will receive the money for the same. Please if you walk with me down to his house. I will discharge my bond, and thank you too.
That labor you may save. See where he comes.
While I go to the goldsmith's house, go thou and buy a rope's end. That will I bestow upon my wife and her confederates for locking me out of doors by day. But soft, I see the goldsmith. Get thee gone, buy a rope's end, and bring it home to me.
I buy 1,000 pounds a year. I buy a rope.
I may as well hold up that trusts you. I promised you your presents and the chain, but neither chain nor goldsmith came to me. Feel like you thought our love would last too long if it were chained together, and therefore came not.
Saving your merry humor, here's the note how much your chain weighs to the utmost carat, the finest the gold, and charged for fashion, which doth amount to 3 odd ducats more than I stand indebted to this gentleman. I pray you, see him presently discharged, for he is bound to sea, and stays but for it.
I am not furnished with the present money. Besides, I have some business in the town. Good Senor, take this stranger to my house, and with you take the chain. Bid my wife disperse the sum on the receipt thereof. Perchance I'll be there as soon as you.
Then you will take the chain to her yourself.
No, bring it with you, lest I come not time enough.
Well, sir, I will. Have you the chain about you?
And if I have not, sir, I hope you have, or else you might return without your money.
Nay, come, I pray you, sir, give me the chain. Both wind and tide stays for this gentleman, and I, to blame, have held you here too long.
Good Lord, you use this dalliance as an excuse in your breach of promise to the Porpentine? I should have chid you for not bringing it, but like a shrew, you first begin to brawl.
The hour steals on, I pray you, sir, dispatch.
You hear how he importunes me. The chain!
Why, give it to my wife and fetch your money.
Come, come, you know I gave it to you even now. Either send the chain, or send by me some token.
Fine, now you run this humor out of breath. Come, where's the chain? I pray you, let me see it.
My business cannot brook this dalliance.
answer you? What should I answer you?
The money that you owe me for the chain.
I owe you none till I receive the chain.
You know I gave it to you half an hour since.
You gave me none. You wrong me much to say so.
You wrong me more, sir, in denying it. Consider how it stands upon my credit.
Well, officer, arrest him at my suit.
I do arrest you, sir. You hear the suit.
This touches me in reputation. Either consent to pay this sum for me, or I'll attach you by this officer.
Consent to pay thee that I ne'er had. Arrest me, foolish fellow, if thou darest.
Here is thy fee. Arrest him, officer. I would not spare my brother in this case if he should scorn me so apparently.
I do obey thee till I give thee bail. But, sirrah, you shall pay this sport as dear as all the metal in your shop will answer.
Sir, I will have line episodes to your notorious shame. I doubt it not.
I do now, under the Duke's name, command you to obey me.
Master, there's a bark of epidemium that stays till its owner comes aboard, and then, sir, bears away. Our fraughtage, sir, I have conveyed aboard. I brought the oil, the balsamum, and the aquavitae. The ship is in its merry trim. The wind blows fair from land. The ship stays for not at all but its owner, master, and yourself.
How now, a madman? Why, thou peevish sheep, I sent thee for a rope and told thee to what purpose and what end.
You sent me to the rope's end as soon. You sent me to the bay, sir, for a bark.
I will debate this matter at more leisure, and teach thee to listen to me with more heed. To Adriana, villain, hie thee straight. Give her this key, and tell her in the desk that's covered o'er with Turkish tapestry, there's a purse of ducats. Let her send it. Tell her I am arrested in the street, and that shall bail me. Hie thee, slave, be gone. On, officer, till prison till it come.
To Adriana, that's where we dine. Redountable did lay claim to me for a maiden. He is too big, I hope, for me to confess. Thither I must, although against my will, for servants must their masters' minds fulfill.
Luciana, did he tempt thee so? Mightst thou perceive as surely in his eye that he did plead in earnest, yea or no? Looked he or red, or pale, or sad, or merrily? What observations didst thou make in his case of his heart's meteors tilting in his face?
First, he denied you had in him no right.
He meant he did me none the more my spite.
Then he swore that he was a stranger here.
In truth forsworn, yet though forswore he were.
Then I pleaded for you.
And what said he?
He said that the love I begged of you, he begged of me.
And what persuasion did he tempt thy love?
With words that in an honest suit might move. First, he did praise my beauty, and then my speech.
Didst thou speak him fair?
Hold you, I beseech.
I cannot, nor will I not hold me still. My tongue, though not my heart, shall have its will. He is deformed, crooked, old and sere, ill-faced, worse-bodied, shapeless, everywhere, vicious, ungentle, blunt, unkind, and stigmatical in thinking, and worse in mind.
Who then would be jealous then of such a one? No evil loss is wailed when it is gone.
But I think him better than I say. Yet here in others' eyes were worse. Far from her nest a lapwing cries away. My heart prays for him, though my tongue do curse.
But soft.
Here, go, the desk, the purse, sweet, now make haste.
How hast thou lost thy breath?
By running fast.
Where's thy master, Dromio? Is he well?
No, he's in Tartar limbo, worse than hell. A devil in an everlasting garment hath him, one whose hard heart is buttoned up with steel. A fiend, a fairy,
he, unknown to me, should be in debt. Tell me, was he arrested on a band?
Not on a band, but on a stronger thing. A chain, a chain. Do you hear it ring?
What? The chain?
No, the bell. 'Twas 2 ere I left him, and now the clock strikes 1.
The hours come back. That I did never hear.
If an hour meets a sergeant, he draws back for very fear.
As if time could be in debt. How fondly dost thou reason?
Time is very bankrupt and owes more than he is worth to season. He's a thief too. Have you not heard men say that time comes on stealing from night and day? If he be in debt and theft and a sergeant in the way, hath he not reason to turn back an hour in the day?
Go, Dromio. Here's the money. Bear it straight. And fetch my master home immediately. Come, sister. I am pressed down with conceit, my comfort and my injury.
Not a man I meet, but doth salute me, as if I were their well-acquainted friend. And everyone doth call me by my name. Some tender money to me, some invite me, some other give me thanks for kindnesses. Some offer me commodities to buy. Even now, a tailor called me in his shop and showed me silks he had bought for me. Therewithal took measure of my body. Surely these are but imaginary wiles and Lapland sorcerers do inhabit here.
Master, here's the gold you sent me for. What, have you got the picture of old Adam new apparel?
What gold is this? What Adam dost thou mean?
Not the Adam that keeps the paradise, but the Adam that keeps the prison. The one that went into the calfskin that died for the prodigal. He, sir, that came up behind you like an evil angel and bid you forsake your liberty.
I understand you not.
No? Why, 'tis a plain case, like the baseball that went into the case of leather. He, sir, that when gentlemen are tired, gives them a saw and rests them. He, sir, that gives gentlemen a suit of durance. The one, sir, that he gives more exploits with his mace than a Morris pike.
What, thou meanst an officer?
Yes, the sergeant. The one that brings any man to answer it that breaks his band.
Well, sir, there rest in your foolery. Are there any ships put forth tonight? May we be gone?
I gave you word an hour hence that the bark of Epidemium put forth tonight, and then you were hindered by the sergeant to tarry for the hoy delay. Here are the angels, sir, you sent me for to deliver you.
The fellow is distract, and so am I. Here we wander in illusions. Some blessed power deliver us from hence!
Well met, Master Antipholus. I see, sir, you have found the chain now. Is that the chain you promised me?
Satan! Devoid! Thy charge thee tempt me not!
Master, is this Mistress Satan?
It is the devil!
No, 'tis the devil's dam. She comes in the form of a light wench, whereof comes to light wenches say, God damn me, which is as much to say as God make me a light wench. It is written, they appear to angels like angels, to men. Light is an effect of fire, and fire will burn. Ergo, come not hear her.
You're men and you are marvelous merry, sir. Will you go with me? We'll mend our dinner here.
Master, if you do, expect spoon meat, or beseeks a long spoon.
Why, Dromio?
He must have a long spoon that must eat with the devil.
Avoid then, fiend.
What tellest thou me of supping? Thou art, as you are all, a sorceress. I conjure thee, leave me, and be gone.
Give me the ring of mine you had at dinner, or for my diamond the chain you promised me, and I'll be gone, sir, not to trouble you.
Some devils ask for a paring of one's nails, a blood, a hair, a rush, a pin, a nut, a cherry stone, but she, more covetous, would have a chain. Master, be wise, and if you give it her, the devil will shake her chain and fright us with it.
I pray you, sir, the ring, or else the chain? I hope you do not mean to cheat me so.
Avaunt, thou witch! Come, Dromio, let us go.
I cried since the peacock mistress that you know.
Now, out of doubt, Antipholus is mad, else would he never so demean himself. A ring he had of mine, worth 40 ducats, and for the same he promised me a chain. Both one and another he denies me now. The reason I gather he is mad, besides this present instance of his rage, is a mad tale he told today at dinner, of his own doors being shut against his entrance. But like his wife, acquainted with his fits, on purpose shut the doors against his way. My way is now to hie home to his house and tell his wife that, being a lunatic, he rushed into my house and took perforce my ring away. This course I fit his shoes, for 40 ducats is too much to lose.
Fear me not, man, I'll not break away. I'll give thee, ere I leave thee, so much money to warrant thee as I am rested for. My wife is in a wayward mood today, and will not lightly trust the messenger that I should be attached in Ephesus. I tell you, 'twill sound harshly in her ears. Ah, here comes my maid. I think she brings what I sent her for. How now, ma'am? Have you that I sent you for?
Here's that I warrant you will pay them all.
But where's the money?
Why, sir, I gave the money for a rope.
500 ducats, villain! For a rope?
Why, sir, I'll serve you at 500 at the rate.
To what end did I bid thee hie thee home?
To a rope's end, sir, and to that end I am returned.
To that end, sir, I will welcome you. Good sir, be patient.
Nay, 'tis for me to be patient. I am in adversity.
Good now, hold thy tongue.
Nay, rather persuade him to hold his hands.
Thou whoreson, senseless villain.
I would I were senseless, that I would not have to feel your blows.
Thou art sensible in nothing but blows. So is an ass.
I am an ass indeed. You may tell it by my long years. I have served him from the hour of my nativity to this instant, and I have received nothing for my service but blows. When I am cold, he warms me with mocking. When I am cold, and then when I am warm, he cools me with mocking. I am raised with it when I sit, waked with it when I sleep, driven out of doors with it when I go from home, and welcomed home with it when I return. I bear it on my shoulders like a beggar upon his breast, and I think when he hath lamed me, I shall beg with it from door to door.
Ah, come, go along. My wife is coming yonder.
Mistress! Respicate Thetum, respect your end, or, the prophecy like a parrot, beware the rope's end.
Wilt thou still talk?
How say you now? Is not your husband mad?
His incivility confirms no less. Good, Dr. Pinch. what you will demand.
Alas, how fiery and how sharp he looks.
Mark how he trembles in his ecstasy.
Give me your hand, and let me feel your pulse.
Here's my hand, and let it feel your ear.
I charge thee, Satan, housed within this man, to yield possession to my holy prayers, and to thy state of darkness. Hie thee straight, I conjure thee, by all the saints in heaven.
Peace, doting wizard, peace. I'm not mad.
Oh, that thou wert not, poor, distressed soul.
You minion, you, are these your customers? Did this companion with the saffron face revel and feasted at my house today? Whilst upon me the guilty doors were shut, and I denied to enter in my house.
Oh, gentle husband, God doth know you dined at home, where you remained free from these slanders and this open shame.
Dined at home? Thou villain, what sayest thou?
Sir, sooth to say, you did not dine at home.
Were not my doors locked up, and we shut out?
Her die. Your doors were locked, and we shut out.
And did not she herself revile me there?
Sans fable, she herself reviled you there.
And did not her kitchen maid rail, taunt, and scorn me?
Sturdy, she did. The kitchen vestals scorned you.
And did not I, enraged, depart from thence?
In verity you did. My bones since felt the vigor of his rage.
Is it good to soothe him and these contraries?
It is no shame. The fellow finds his fame, and yielding to him, humors well his frenzy.
Thou hast suborned the goldsmith to arrest me.
I did not, gentle husband. I sent you money to redeem you by Romeo here.
Money? By me? Faith and goodwill, you might, but not a rag of money.
Once not to her for a purse of ducats.
She came to me, and I delivered it.
And I am witness with her that she did.
God and the rope maker bear me witness that I was sent for nothing but a rope.
Mistress, both man and master is possessed. I know it by their pale and deadly looks. They must be bound and laid in some dark room.
Say, wherefore dost thou lock me forth today? And why dost thou deny the bag of gold?
I did not, gentle husband, lock thee forth.
I did not, gentle master. I received no gold, though I do confess we were locked out.
Dissembling villain, thou speakest false in both.
Dissembling harlot, thou art false in all, and art a confederate with the damned pack to make a loathsome abject scorn of me. But with these nails I'll pluck out these false eyes that behold in me the shameful scorn.
Bind him, bind him! Let him not come near me!
More company! The fiend is strong within him!
I mean, poor man, how pale and wan he looks.
What? Wilt thou murder me? Thou jailer, thou I am thy prisoner. Wilt thou suffer them to make a rescue?
Go, find this man, for he is frantic too.
What wilt thou, thou peevish officer? Hast thou delight to see a man do outrage and pleasure to himself?
So my prisoner, you shall not have him.
I will discharge thee ere I go from me. Tell me at whose credit he was arrested at, and knowing how the sum grows, I will pay it. Good Dr. Pinch, bear them home for their recovery. Oh, most unhappy day.
Almost unhappy strumpet.
Oh, master, I and entered in bond for you.
Out on thee, villain! Wherefore dost thou mad me?
Will you be bound for nothing? Be mad, cry the devil.
God help poor souls, how idly do they talk.
Go bear them to my house. Come, sister. Jailer, tell me at whose suit was he arrested at?
One Angelo, a goldsmith. Do you know of him?
I know the man. What is the sum he owes?
200 ducats.
Say, how grows it do?
Due to a chain that your husband had of him.
He did bespeak a chain of me, but had it not.
When as your husband, all enraged today, came into my house and took away my ring, the ring I saw upon his finger now, straight after did I meet him with the chain.
That may be so, but I did never see it. Jailer, bring me to where the goldsmith is. I long to know the truth hereof at large.
God for thy mercy, they are loose again.
Away! They will kill us!
I see these witches are afraid of swords.
She that would be your wife ran from you.
Go, come to the centaur, fetch our stuff from hence. I long that we were safe and sound aboard.
Faith, let's stay here tonight. You know they will surely do us no harm. You saw they speak us fair, give us gold. Methinks they are such a gentle nation, but for the monster of mad flesh that lays claim to me, I could find in my heart to stay here and turn witch.
I will not stay here tonight for all the town. Therefore away to get our stuff aboard.
I am sorry, sir, that I am hindered, but I protest he had the chain of me, though most dishonestly he doth deny.
How is the man esteemed here in the city?
A very revered reputation, sir, of credit infinite, highly beloved, second to none that lives here in the city. His word might bear my wealth at any time.
Speak softly. Yonder as I think he walks.
'Tis so, and that self-chain about his neck which he forswore most monstrously to have. Good sir, draw near to me. I'll speak to him. Signor Antipholus! I do wonder much that you would put me to this shame and trouble, and not without some scandal to yourself, with circumstance and oaths, so to deny this chain, which now you wear so openly. Besides the charge, the shame, imprisonment, you have done wrong to this, my honest friend, who but for staying on our controversy, had hoisted sail and put to sea today. This chain you had of me, can you deny
I
it?
think I had. I never did deny it.
Yes, that you did, sir, and forswore it too.
Who heard me to deny it or forswear it?
Thou knowest my ears did hear thee. Fie on thee, wretch. 'Tis pity that thou livest to walk where any honest man resort.
Thou art a villain to impeach me thus. I'll prove mine honor and mine honesty against thee presently, if thou dare stand.
I dare, and do defy me for a villain.
Hold! Hurt him not! For God's sake! He is mad! Some, get within him, take his newspaper away, and bear them forth into my house!
Run, master, run! Here's some prairie, and our we are spoiled.
Be quiet, people. Wherefore throng you hither?
To fetch my poor distracted husband from hence, and bring him home for help.
I knew he was not in his perfect wits.
I now am sorry that I did draw on him.
How long hath this possession held the man?
This week he hath been heavy, sour, and sad, much unlike the man that he once was. But until this afternoon, his passion ne'er brake the extremity of rage.
Hath he not lost much wealth by rack of sea? Buried some dear friend? Hath not else his eye strayed his affection and unlawful love? A sin prevailing much in youthful men who give their eyes the liberty of gazing. Which one of these sorrows is he subject to?
To none of these, except the last, oft some love that drew him from home.
You should for that have reprehended him.
Why, so I did.
Aye, but not rough enough.
As roughly as my modesty would let me.
Haply in private.
And in assemblies too.
Aye, but not enough.
It was the copy of our conference. In bed he slept not for my pleasing it. At board he fed not for my pleasing it. Alone I often thought about it, and in assemblies I often glanced at it. Still did I tell him that it was vile and bad.
And thereof came it that the man was mad. The venom clamors of a jealous woman poisons more deadly than a mad dog's tooth. It seems his sleeps were hindered by thy railing, and thereof comes it that his head is light. Thou sayest his meat was sauced with thy upbraidings. Unquiet meals make ill digestions, thereof the raging fire of fever bred. And what's a fever but a fit of madness?
Thou sayest his sports were hindered by thy brawls. Sweet recreation barred, what doth ensue but moody and dull melancholy, kinsman to grim and comfortless despair, and at her heels a huge infectious troop of pale distemperatures and foes to life? In food and sport and life-preserving rest, to be disturbed would matter man or beast. The consequence is, then, thy jealous fits hath scared thy husband from the use of wits.
She never reprehended him but mildly, when he demeaned himself rough, rude, or wildly. Why hear you these rebukes and answer not?
She did betray me for my own reproof. Go fetch him from the abbey.
No, not a creature enters my house.
I will attend my husband, be his nurse, for it is my office, and I will have no attorney but myself.
Neither. He took this place for sanctuary, and it shall privilege him from your hands till I have made of him a formal man again, or lose my labor in assaying it.
I will have him home with me, and ill doth it beseem your holiness to separate the husband and the wife.
Be patient, for I will not let him stir till I have used the approved means I have, with wholesome syrups, drugs, and holy prayers, to make of him a formal man again. It is a branch and parcel of mine oath, a charitable duty of my order. Therefore depart and leave him here with me.
I will not. I will have my husband hence.
Be quiet and depart. Thou shalt not have him.
Complain unto the Duke of these indignities.
By this, I think the dial strikes 5. Anon, I'm sure the Duke himself in person comes this way to the Melancholyville, this place of death and sorry execution behind the ditches of the abbey here.
Upon what cause?
To see a reverend Syracusan merchant who, put unluckily into this bay, is beheaded publicly for his offense.
See where they come. We will behold his death.
Kneel unto the Duke before he pass the abbey.
Yet once again, proclaim it publicly. If any friend will pay the sum for him, he shall not die. So much we tender him.
Justice, most gracious Duke, against the abbess.
She is a virtuous and a reverend lady. It cannot be that she hath done thee wrong.
Most gracious Duke, Antipholus, my husband, who, as your most important letters know, ill this day, a most outrageous fit of madness took him, that he did desperately run through the streets with his bondsmen, all as mad as he, taking perforce rings and jewels and anything his rage did like. Then they ran into the abbey there, whither we pursued them, but then the abbess shuts the gates on us and will not let him take them out. Therefore, most gracious Duke, with thy command, let us have my husband and bring him hence for help.
Long since, thy husband served me in my wars, and I to thee engaged a prince's word when thou didst make him master of thy bed, to do him all the grace and good I could. Go, some of you, knock at the abbey gate and bid the lady abbess come to me. I will determine this before I stir.
Oh, mistress, shift and save yourself. My master and his man are both broke loose, beaten the maids of row, and bound the doctor, whose beard they have singed off with brands of fire, and ever as a blaze they throw on him great pails of powdered mire, to quench the hair. My master preaches patience to him, while his man, with scissors, nicks him like a fool. And sure, unless you send some present help between them, they will kill the conjurer.
Peace, fool! Thy man and his master are here, and it is false what thou dost report to us.
Mistress, upon my life, I tell you true, I have not breathed almost since I did see it. He cries to you, vows he can take you to scorch your face and disfigure you. Hark, hark, I hear him. Fly, be gone.
Come, stand by me. Fear nothing. Guard, with halberds.
Ay me, it is my husband, even though we housed him in the abbey there. And now he is here. Past thought of human reason.
Justice, most gracious Duke, now grant me justice. Even for the service that long since I did thee, when I bestrid thee in the wars and took deep scars to save thy life. Even for the blood that then I lost for thee, now grant me justice.
Unless the fear of death hast made me dote, thou art my son, Antipholus, and Dromio.
Justice, sweet prince, against that woman there, she whom thou gavest to me to be my wife, that hath abused and dishonored me, even in the heightened strength of injury. Beyond imagination is the wrong that she this day hath shameless thrown on me.
Discover how, and thou shalt find me just.
This day, great Duke, she shut the doors upon me while she with harlots feasted in my house.
A grievous fault. Say, woman, didst thou so?
No, he dined at home with me and my sister, and it is false what he says, and he burdens me with all.
Ne'er may I look on day, nor sleep on night, but my sister tells your highness the simple truth.
Oh, perjured woman, they are both forsworn. In this the madman justly charges them.
'Tis true, my liege. I am neither disturbed with the effect of wine, nor heady rash provoked with raging ire. Albeit my wrongs might make one wiser mad. This woman has locked me out this day by doors. This goldsmith here, were she not packed with her, could witness it, for she was with me, who parted with me to go fetch a chain, promising to bring it to the Porpentine, where Balthazar and I did dine together. Our dinner being done, and she not coming thither, I went out to seek her. And in the street I met her, and in her company, that gentleman. There did this perjured goldsmith swear me down that I this day of her saw the chain, which God he knows I saw not. For the which she arrested me with an officer. I did obey and sent my peasant home for certain ducats. She with none returned. Then fairly I bespoke the officer to go with me in person to my house. Along the way we met my wife, her sister, and a rabble more of vile confederates, along the which they brought one Pinch, a hungry, lean-faced villain, a mere anatomy, a mountebank, a threadbare juggler, and a fortune-teller. A living dead man, this pernicious slave, forsooth took on him as a conjurer, and gazing in mine eyes, and feeling my pulse, and with no face as 'twere out facing me, cries out I was possessed. Then altogether they fell upon me, bound me, and bore me thence. And in a dark and dankish vault at home, there left me and my maid, both bound together, till gnawing with my teeth my bonds in sunder, I gained my freedom, and immediately ran hither to your grace, whom I beseech to give me ample satisfaction for these deep shames and great indignities.
Thus far do I witness with him, that he dined not at home, but was locked out.
But had he such a chain of thee, or no?
He had, my lord, and when he ran in here, these people saw the chain about his neck.
Besides, I'll be sworn I saw him that day at the mart, and thereupon I drew my sword on you, and you fled to the abbey here, from whence I think you come by miracle.
I never have been inside these abbey walls, nor ever didst thou draw thy sword on me. I never saw the chain, so help me heaven. You are false, you burden me with all.
Why, what an intricate impeach is this? I think you all have drunk of Circe's cup. If here you housed him, here he would have been. If he were mad, he would not plead so coldly. You say he dined at home. The goldsmith here denies that saying. Sirrah, what say you?
Sir, he dined with her there at the Porpentine.
He did, and from my finger he stole that ring.
'Tis true, my liege, this ring I had of her.
Sawest thou him enter at the abbey here?
As sure, my liege, as I do see your grace.
Why, this is strange. Go, call the abbess hither. I think you are all mated or stark mad. Speak freely, Syracusian, what thou wilt.
Thou art my son, Antipholus, Andromio.
We know you not, sir.
I never saw you in my life till now.
You are not the Pinch's patient, are you?
I'm quite certain that thou art my son, Antipholus, Andromio.
I never saw my father in my life.
Neither, sir, nor I.
The Duke and all that know me can witness with me that it is not so. I never saw Syracusa in my life.
I tell thee, Syracusian, 20 years have I been patron to Antipholus, during which time he ne'er saw Syracusa. I see thy age and dangers make thee dote.
Thou art my son, Antipholus and Dromio.
I never saw you in my life till now.
Thou art my son, Antipholus and Dromio.
Most mighty Duke, behold a man much wronged.
I see 2 husbands. Or mine eyes deceive me.
These 2 men are genius to the other. But of these, which is the natural man and which the spirit? Who deciphers them?
I am Dromio! Command her away!
I surrender, Dromio! Pray let me stay!
Aegean, thou art not, or else his ghost.
Oh, my old master! Who hath bound him here?
Whoever bound him, I will loose his bonds, and gain a husband by his liberty. Speak, old Aegean, if thou beest the man that hadst once a wife called Amelia, that bore thee in a burden 2 fair sons.
Well,
If thou beest the same Aegean, speak, and speak unto the same Amelia.
why, here begins his morning story right. These 2 Antipholus, these 2 so like, and these 2 Dromios, one in semblance, apart from her urging her wreck at sea, these are the parents to these children, which accidentally are met together.
Thou art my wife, Amelia.
By men of Epidamium, he and I and the twin Dromio all were taken up. But by and by, rude fishermen of Corinth by force took Dromio and my son from them. And me they left with those of Epidamium. What then became of them I cannot tell, I to this fortune that you see me in.
Antipholus, thou camest from Corinth first.
No, sir, not I. I came from Syracuse.
Stay, stand apart. I cannot tell which is which.
I came from Corinth, my most gracious lord.
And I with him.
Come to this town by thy most famous warrior, Duke Menaphon, your most renowned uncle.
Which of you did dine with me today?
I, gentle mistress.
And are you not my husband?
No, I say nay to that.
And so do I, yet did she call me so. And this fair gentlewoman, her sister here, did call me brother. What I told you before, I hope I shall have leisure to make good if this be not I see and hear.
Sir, I must have that diamond from you.
There. Take it, and much thanks for my good cheer.
Sir, that is the chain which you had of me.
I think it be, sir. I deny it not.
And for this chain, sir, you arrested me.
I think I did, sir. I deny it not.
I sent you money, sir, to be your bail by Dromio here. But I think she brought it not.
No, none by me.
This purse of ducats I received from you, Dromio my maid did bring them me. I see we still did meet each other's maid, and I was taken for him, and he for me, and thereupon these errors arose.
Here, take these, upon these ducats for my father, here.
It shall not need. Thy father hath his life.
Renowned Duke, vouchsafe to take the pains to go with us into the abbey here, and here at large discourse at all our fortunes, and all that are assembled in this place that by the sympathized one day's error have suffered wrong. Go, keep us company, and we shall make full satisfaction. 33 years have I but gone in travail of you, my sons, until this present hour my heavy burden ne'er delivered. The Duke, my husband, my children both, and you, the calendars of their nativity, go to a gossip's feast, and go with me, after so long a grief, such nativity.
With all my heart, I'll gossip at this feast.
Dromio, what stuff of mine hast thou embarked?
Your goods that lay at host, sir, in the Centaur.
She speaks to me. I'm the master of drawing open. Come, go with us. We'll look to that anon. Embrace thy sister there. Rejoice with her.
trumpet man from all Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowing reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle of Company B. They made him blow a bugle for his Uncle Sam. He really brought him down because he couldn't jam. The captain seemed to understand, because the next day the cap went out and drafted a band, and now the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. A toot, a toot, a tooty-lad, a tooty blows it eight to the bar. In boogie rhythm, he can't blow a note unless the bass and guitar is playing with him. He makes a company jump when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. He was a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. And when he plays boogie-woogie bugle, he was busy as a bzzz bee. And when he plays, he makes the company jump eight to the bar. He's a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Do-do-do-do-da-da, do-da-da, do-do, he blows it eight to the bar. He can't blow a note if the bass and guitar isn't with him. And the company jumps when he plays reveille. He's a boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. To sleep with Boogie every night and wakes them up the same way in the early bright. They clap their hands and stamp their feet because they know how he plays. When someone gives him a beat, he really breaks it up when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B. Jumps when he plays reveille. He's the boogie-woogie bugle boy of Company B.